That's always a difficult one because, and we do get that question asked a lot, because obviously you learning a lot, especially during the pandemic, isn't it? A lot of people
kind of did a lot of information.
Yeah, a lot of information and everything else. But to me, it goes back to the word strategy. Like, what is your strategy? Why is it you want to learn a certain things? How is it going to help you on a maybe personal and professional level?
Yeah. Are you just
learning for the
sake of learning because that's what you love to do?
Yeah.
And I do fall into that trap quite often. But yeah, and I think it's, without teaching you to suck eggs, I think the only way I've managed it is to really diarise my time properly and to make sure, that I do have set days where I do set things. Because if you try and implement, especially learning of any description, whether that be you're doing a course or you're learning a new treatment or you're doing coaching and learning how to set your budgets and things like that, whatever it is, I think that if you're trying to fit it in between doing things, it just doesn't work.
It doesn't work, but also to me there's also an element of accountability. So, and that's typical of coaching. If you're starting a process, that is to give you that accountability of what you've learned and implementing what you've learned. But I'm thinking of a client who's going through a lot on a personal level, and she's just, kind of wanting to set herself up into a higher kind of bracket, and she's taken on this whole program for 9 months. And I said to her, it's like giving birth. It's going to be quite painful because you're going through so much on a personal level. And I kept asking her, is this the right time to do this?
Yeah.
Can you wait a little bit for things to settle?
Yes.
In order to then being able to implement what you've learned?
Yeah.
Because there's no hurry.
Yes.
What is the hurry? What's the pressure? You putting that on pressure on yourself.
Yeah, and I think we're all guilty of that, aren't we? You put pressure on yourself to kind of keep growing, developing, and if you're a sponge, which most business owners are, they want to continue to grow and learn. But it is when's the right time, and it's also not doing it to detriment of yourself either. You know, that getting up at, like we were saying before, like you get up at say 5 in the morning, or you're setting your alarm for 4:30 before the kids get up, or when the kids go to bed. And they never go to bed.
I know.
Yeah.
And you're like feeling guilty. I haven't done this. I should have done that.
Yeah, to shove them into their bed so you can do something. And actually, it's too much. It's too tiring. And I think if you analyse more where your time is spent, because it sounds a bit of an easy throwaway comment when you're so busy, but we waste a lot of time doing things that aren't important and procrastinating over what we should do because maybe we don't want to actually touch that task because it is so mammoth.
Yes, but that also to me is de-dramatizing the task itself.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of someone who's setting up their procedures, so their operating procedures. It's a huge folder. And there was this huge panic about, oh my God, I haven't got any operation procedures. You haven't had them for 20 years. It's okay not to have them, so stop panicking. So we've worked on that for quite some time together, and in between what she needed to do. So we've managed to do the operation. I think it's taken a good 10 months, 11 months. That's okay.
Yeah.
You haven't had them before, so it's okay. So what I've been doing with her is like, let's look at what's really important.
Yeah.
Let's look at really what you need, and let's start implementing them bit by bit.
Yeah.
And bite-sized chunks.
Yeah.
Everything that you do in order for it not to be such a big thing, isn't it?
Yeah. And also don't give yourself so much time maybe to do the one thing as well, because even though I set myself out, say, a day to do a particular course that I'm currently doing, if I work on that all day, it doesn't benefit me. I start to I can feel my work
attention span
drifting away. So break that down into, right, you'll spend 2 hours on this, I'll spend 2 hours on that, and 2 hours on this.
Diverse your day.
Yeah, exactly. And as time goes on and you're able to manage your time better, like what we do in terms of our admin time, is we set aside a week where we don't book clients in, so we can have a week working on the admin, whether that's our socials or our content, our strategy, whatever it may be. And then that's a whole week out of the month where we can focus on that, and you've got that coming.
Yes.
So you don't panic then. And
yes.
then you can implement change, because change is important.
But also definitely change is important to feel that you're progressing in some respect, but also stop thinking that you're going to be on an operational level in particular, or even on a personal level. Anyone that tells you it takes 30 days to do this, actually it doesn't. It takes 3 to 6 months, and maybe it's going to take you a year.
Yeah.
In the big scheme of things, does it really matter?
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually...
Take your time.
Yeah, taking your time into the implementation, having a strategy. Are you delegating efficiently?
Yeah.
In order that perhaps you've created something and actually that needs to be delegated to the team. Does that have to be you?
Yeah.
Or can it be someone senior in your team?
Absolutely.
That wants to
and
do
more
it.
often than not, there's people within your team that can do the tasks better than you can do, that you can delegate to, and they will also love that and develop themselves. So whilst you're developing yourself, you develop your team, and it kind of has a trickle effect like that, doesn't it?
For sure. But it's being able to give yourself that space. So all you have to do now is press the subscribe button and join us every week for an insight chat.
And if you have any burning questions that we haven't yet answered, then just pop in the comments below or send us an email, and we can include them in one of our weekly chats.
And also we have started this amazing community of like-minded salon owners to join us on a monthly basis with our Insight Chat subscription.
Yeah, on that chat as well, you'll also get access to lots of free downloads and content that can really support you in your business.
And thank you so much for listening.
And we'll see you next time.